Hi guys, and welcome to our video for today, the 27th January. Let's go through the watch list and what is next for these stocks. Starting here in RDW, as you can see, already had a green trade on this one with a falling wedge breakout against the one-day resistance. Above all, their moving averages, the 80 Bollinger Band Center being the key ones, with significant volume, and it rose up to plus 7%. So just to show you guys, as you can see, RDW entered around 13.5, stop loss first target, just highlighting what the first target was, 5% essentially. 20% off the account to make 1% on the account as a result. So we've had a green trade in it, but what is actually next for RDW? Look at it here. So for continuation for a day trade, this is you want to have a 1 minute candle close over 15 for an entry, and for continuation up further as it's just consolidating now in the wedge and essentially consolidating between 13.5 and 15 also. So yeah, push over 13, push over 15 with the 1 minute candle close over. Same again on this. Looking for a 5% first target on here. Once it breaks over 15, and if we were to lose 13.5, we're coming for a big drop towards around 12.8, and if that doesn't hold, we're looking towards these moving averages for a golden cross retest around 12.2, 12.3. So essentially, it wanted to hold 13.5, really, and last chance saloon on this 12.8. But yeah, I want this to hold 13.5 and break over 15 for a move of plus 5% for continuation on this. It's a bit of a smaller first target because there's smaller candles on this and less volatile movement as a result, in contrast to other stocks we're going to look at, and therefore subsequently it's a shorter first target, and therefore we enter with more of our account, 20% off the account for instance, which is more than usual, to suffice that and make sure it balances out to 1% on our account for our daily goal. So that's RDW for a day trade. So keep an eye on it over 15 for 5% move. Remember, don't want to be in this beneath 13.5 and definitely not below 12.8. So if we want to hold this overnight, we can go to the 4-hour time frame. It looks good. It looks good. A 4-hour candle close over 13.5 will definitely come and retest 15 again, and probably break from there. I'd probably look for a 10% first target on this with a 4-hour candle close over 13.5. So that would bring it towards 15.2 around there. Just generally a 10% first target from where you get filled. I'm on RDW with a 4-hour candle close over 13.5. If you want to hold it overnight, it looks good. Engulfing the previous price action, steady movement up. It's a good trade. It looks good trade. And then the daily time frame again. It's a bit limited in terms of for a day swing trade on the daily time frame. So a day, what that means is basically holding over a few days, in contrast to a couple of days. These when you use the daily time frame, you hold for like a few days, maybe up to a week or two. So yeah, I mean a daily, I'd be more confident with a I don't know. I think I'd avoid it, to be honest. I'd go basically off that 4-hour. I would ignore the one day. I'd go off the 4-hour and wait for a 10% first target once we have a 4-hour candle close over 13.5 by 1:30 p.m. Eastern time today. And then the daily time frame, it just basically tells me where the resistances are, to be honest. So there's some more around here, 16.5. So maybe with a daily close over 13.5, we could gradually continue towards 16.5, but I'd basically just go for 10% first target anyway on this one, and use the 4-hour for a swing trade, and obviously the 5-minute for a day trade, and keep an eye on that 13.5 level as well. So that's RDW, so I'll make some notes on that one. Obviously I had a green trade on that one, which is good. Next is XHLD. So going to the 5-minute time frame here for a day trade. You want a 1 minute candle close breaking over 2.8 for an entry in this, and it'd be an 8% first target. Basically put it in the wedge like this. Have you got 3 touches beside the wedge for mature enough consolidation beneath the one-day resistance of 2.8? Yes. Is there significant and sufficient enough data and volume? Yes. At least 80,000 per 1 minute candle is what we need, and we've got plenty. We've got an abundance of that over here. And we're gonna, once we break outside the wedge and break the resistance like that, are we going to be above the ATMA, this light blue line? Yes. And are we going to be above the Bollinger Band Center, this orange line? Yes. So therefore it's a valid entry with the 1 minute candle close over 2.8, and I expect it to run at least 8% from entry on that one for XHLD. However, if we lose 2 on this, you're coming down for golden cross retest of the 60 EMA here, 60 exponential moving average for around probably 1.75, 1.7 around there, if we lose 2. So and if we lose that 60 EMA around 1.7, 1.75, then we're done completely on this stock. So for a day trade, away for a break of 2.8, and basically a loss of 2, I wouldn't want to be in this beneath 2. So my stop loss would be around that 2 level, just beneath it. And yeah, going to the 4-hour time frame now to look how we hold this overnight, what will allow us to hold this overnight. Doesn't look good folding overnight. It's not like RDW, which looks good over 13.5. This one here doesn't look good because you can get a 4-hour green candle close over 2.8, and then you've got a resistance here at 3.3 for only like a 15% move, which isn't bad. So, but I'd basically just be waiting for a 4-hour green candle close over 2.8, then sell before around 3.25 sort of area, because not only have you got resistance here at 3.3, you've got the 200 simple moving average for a death cross retest just above it. So it's only strengthening this resistance here, this confluence of resistance. So yeah, I would avoid it until 4-hour green candle close over 2.8, then just a smaller 15 sort of first target on this one, which is small. I know it's more than the previous, but it's small for a small cap with such volatile movement on 1-day candle with 54 million on it. It's typically a bit smaller first target from what I'm used to for that. But yeah, no, that's it. And then beneath 2 doesn't look good. And then the daily tells us a bit more. So a daily close over 2.8 would also be good on this, because you'd be reclaiming the 60 EMA, and the wick is here. So you'll be eradicating that rejection, and you'll be building a base from 2.8. So daily close over 2.8 should see us continue towards 3.85 over a series of days, and maybe up to a week or two, which should see around a plus 30% move. So I'd have a 25 to 30% first target, which sounds more like it, once we get a daily close over 2.8 in this. And again, beneath 2 on this, you don't want to remove it from the watch list, no good. So yeah, that looks good over 2.8 for a day trade. The 4-hour, not as good, but a daily close over 2.8 looks really good for a swing trade, and that's XHLD. And then finishing up on GITS, let's start with the day trading section, the 5-minute time frame. So again, I'm going to mark the upthrust here of 709, and I'm going to converge that negative trend line into a falling wedge formation with at least 3 touches beside the wedge from a trend of consolidation, and a 1-minute candle close or push by 2 or 3% over 6. Just see it run at least 8% on this for a day trade. However, if we lose 4, I do think this one is done, to be honest. I think we'll probably come back down. It's been halted, it looks like. So if we can get halted up, guys, it can also get halted down. Doesn't mean it's more bullish because it gets halted up. It just shows the behavior. It's got halted, and if momentum decides to comes to the downside, it surely can get halted. So why can't it get halted down? So be careful of losing 4 on this, regardless of what you're in for a day trade or swing trade, as it could cascade down towards 3 and ultimately 2.5 on this for golden cross retest, the 200 EMA and 200 MA, these 2 thick white lines at the bottom here. So yeah, I'd avoid it until it broke 6 for an entry in that one, and I expect it to run at least 8%. And again, beneath 4, no good on there. Here, say it's the second best. It's not as good as RDW on the 4-hour, but it's certainly better than the previous on the 4-hour. So GITS needs a 4-hour candle close over 6 for continuation on this one, and I just literally go for a 20% sort of first target, 20-25% first target, and it's the next resistance of 8 on this one if you want to hold it over a series of days, and that's by 1:30 PM Eastern Time, 4 PM Eastern Time today as well, or by 1:30 PM or 4 PM Eastern Time tomorrow. So the next 4-hour candles over 6, if it has a green candle close over 6, sort of a 25-30% first target in towards 8. And the daily time frame, I'll just go off the 4-hour, to be honest. The daily close over 6 would just represent the same, to be honest. So I would ignore the daily on this. I'll just go for the 4-hour candle close over 6. You'll see it continuing towards 8 for around 25% first target around there, was it? Yeah, 25% first target, we'll call it. And yeah, that's only going to be before the daily, so it doesn't really matter about the daily. But yeah, I mean, the daily, just a quick analysis. So, it's reclaimed building support upon the 200 simple moving average, and reclaim the resistance of 2.5 and also the 200 exponential moving average. Maybe this is the one big explosive move and we don't carry on the next day, but how we can figure that out is wait for the 4-hour candle close over 6 by end of today or end of tomorrow, and that will see us continue before a daily close at all. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you make some notes and can trade these profitably like us on RDW today. And we have 2 other day traders, Phoenix and Fox, as well as 2 other options traders now. We're going to be recruiting 2 more options traders, so we'll have 4, as well as 3 expert swing traders, and we're going to be adding another expert swing trader too. So yeah, check us out, link in the video description and the Twitter bio. If you want to be like me and learn how to trade, we've got seminars from step 0 to step 10 of how to open up a chart to wick-off theory, identifying accumulation, distribution, the upthrust, the spring, etc., as well as trade reviews on a daily basis and what our best trades are, publicized trading journals, and all of our trades are caught in live trading. So yeah, check us out. Link in the video description and the Twitter bio. So yeah, thanks guys, and catch you all later.